I've seen it. You guys have seen it. The family's seen it. So I wanted to, Courtney, yeah, go Bills. Lost last week, though. What's up, Brookie? What's up? So, guys, as we get more people onto this live, guys, keep sharing it out. Keep tapping the screen because we gotta bring awareness to what's going on in this Amy Bradley case. What's up, Organized Housewife? How you doing? Really, really important. You guys saw the update that I gave you guys a few days ago with the cruise ship video editor, Steve Smith, coming forward and saying Kirk was the one that told us, or instructed me, to delete the video footage. That was one thing. Danella, thanks for following. I appreciate you. That was the one thing, guys. Keep tapping that screen. There's a couple hundred of you on here right now. Keep tapping that screen. Share it out. Want to get as many people in here as absolutely and humanly possible so we can bring everyone up to speed on what's going on with the Amy Bradley case. So, Danella, appreciate you. Guys, all the gifts and everything, guys, thank you so much. The new followers, appreciate it. So, as we continue to get more, okay, I will give you guys the update. Megan, Kirk is the cruise director. So when Amy Bradley went missing off Sassy Girl, no, she didn't. And that's what we're here to talk about. If Megan's still listening, Kirk Detweiler is the cruise ship director of the Royal Caribbean Rhapsody of the Seas. He was the one that was on the documentary that just seemed like he really just didn't care. It was him. He was the one that told Steve Smith, you need to delete the video footage. Now, at one point in the documentary, people were saying, oh, security told them to delete it. Steve Smith said, no, it wasn't. There was speculation as to who asked to delete it. We got confirmation from Steve Smith himself. The family has it in writing. Steve Smith specifically said, Kirk, the cruise director, was the one that instructed me to delete the footage. Now, guys, to be fair, we don't know why he asked to delete the footage. I see it in two different ways. You guys know me and how my brain works. It's very critical thinking, right? Either one, there's bad stuff on that video and they don't want it to be shown, so they were told to delete it. Or option two would be, I don't know what's on there. I don't even want to know. Just get rid of it. So we don't know which one it is. But from what we understand and what we were told, Steve Smith was the one that came forward and said the cruise director, Kirk Detweiler, was the one that told me to delete the footage. So, guys, we have about 400 people on right now. Are you guys ready to hear the up-to-date update on Amy Bradley? If you are, just say yes, because there's a whole bunch of you on right now, and I want to make sure you all are hearing it. Keep tapping that screen. Share this out, because this is really, really important. Roxy, they can't press charges yet, and I'll explain that in just a few minutes. So, guys, here is the updated information. You guys remember the Senorita Kidnap girl? Guys, remember Senorita Kidnap, blah, 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 like Senorita Kidnap, Senorita Kidnapped. She has not come forward. Per the family, and I literally just spoke with them, she has not come forward. I know what's being said out there. She has not come forward. What happened was, at one point, the family's team, investigators and their close-knit people, put something out there and was following a story that was actually AI related. They didn't know. They didn't fact check it. They didn't triple and quadruple check. Innocent human mistake. It was never checked. And then right after that, the Netflix thing came out saying all these people, Google started putting stuff out there saying investigators found out who the girl was and they're investigating them. Per the family, they said absolutely not. She did not come forward. So again, the creators that are telling people that she came forward, they're hearing what they're hearing, and I completely get that. So does the family. She did not come forward. She has not. Netflix also doesn't have investigators either. They have reporters. They have analysts. They don't have investigators. So one more time, guys, the Senorita Kidnap girl, whoever that person was, has not come forward and has not spoken to the family. So if you guys are seeing these Google these Google News alerts and all this stuff about the Senorita Kidnap girl is speaking to investigators, the Bradley team investigators, no. Hey, Christine, no, that is not happening. So I just want to be very clear about that right now. I don't want to come off as rude. I don't want to come off as disrespectful. But guys, you guys know me. When information is put out there and it's not factual, it's not going to help us find the answers that we're looking for. So just so you guys know, one more time, there's no new update with Amy Bradley. No new update. The family is not in Curacao. The investigator is not in Curacao. None of that. The Senorita Kidnap lady did not come forward. She absolutely did not come forward. Not the Jacks, correct, that is her. So she did not come forward. So do you guys have any questions at all about anything I just said? Any questions at all, guys, about what I just said? Then I'll go into the other questions that you guys are asking. I don't know. Someone asked a few minutes ago, can they still press charges on the cruise director? If you're still here, say me, so I know who it is. If you're not here, I can move on. Jax, it's a little different. It's a little different, not the Jax, today versus then. You should be fine today, but still keep your head on a swivel. Correct, Mary, absolutely. It is false reporting. You know, false reporting can hurt the investigation, yes. Absolutely. But I don't think, guys, that the creators that are putting it out are doing it nefariously. I don't think they're trying to be jerks about it. They heard something, they're running with it. Doesn't mean that they're doing, like, I don't believe that they're doing it for the wrong reasons. They're trying to get the information out there. They're just going about it a little bit differently. So just want to make sure that's out there. Now, some people did ask, Dennis, what do you mean when she was kidnapped? Who are you talking about? People are asking, can they still press charges on Kirk Detweiler? My experience tells me no, they cannot press charges on Kirk Detweiler. Here's the reason why, guys. To this day, there has not been a crime that has, it has not been confirmed that a crime has been committed. What's up, Cindy? To this day, a crime has not been committed, guys. Right now, she's an adult that disappeared. She could have walked off the ship. She could have fallen overboard. We don't know. So a crime technically has not been committed, so they cannot charge him. Maybe Amy doesn't want to be found. Yeah, I mean, that could be it too. 100% possible. Can they bring him in for questioning? They can, but again, a crime has not been committed. So they can't just, if a crime hasn't been committed, they can't question anybody. The investigation would have to still be ongoing. So the problem is that the investigation is kind of slowed down. That's why the family went to Washington, D.C. to get more information and continue, hey, Angela, to continue the investigation. Yeah, Brianna, maybe Amy doesn't want to be found. We don't know. Could you tell me what happened to her? What's the story that you got? So Dennis, what happened to her is she went missing off the Royal Caribbean Rhapsody of the Seas cruise ship back in 1998, March 24th, 1998. She's never been seen from again. The theories are she went overboard, she jumped overboard, she was thrown overboard, we don't know. And the other theory is that she was kidnapped or taken. So we don't know which one it is right now, but all we know is the last time she was seen or heard from was on the early hours of March 24th, 1998. What's up, Bailey? Good morning, Janelle. Good morning, everybody. All the new followers, guys, thank you so much. Keep tapping that screen. Keep sharing this out, guys. So again, the update, again, if you guys are all brand new and didn't hear what I had to say, a lot of information out there right now is being said that the Senorita Kidnap girl, if you don't know who that is, it was a girl on the morning that saw Amy with the bartenders and a few other people and said that Amy was pretty much taken away, and this girl runs out and goes, Senorita Kidnap, pretty much saying this woman was just kidnapped. Someone was just kidnapped. There's articles out there right now saying that that Senorita Kidnap lady came forward and is speaking with the family. And I came on here to tell you guys, no, that is not the case. That is not valid. That is not real. Hey, Donna. She did not come forward. She did not speak to the family. She did not speak to investigators, nothing at all. The reason why that information is out there right now is because a couple of people close to the family did not double and triple check some of the sources that they were looking at. And they kind of ran with it, put a video out there. And ever since then, there's been all this Google News. So I came on here with 800 of you right now to say it didn't happen. It didn't happen. Jim, whether she left for rugs or what, the point of this is that Senorita Kidnap lady did not come forward. She is not speaking to the investigator of the Bradley family. They're not speaking to the Bradley family in general. They have no idea about where this is coming from. So I just want to make sure that we brought that up. Just want to make sure we cleared that up too. Do you think the lady on that site was her? I believe it was. But we don't know. Here's the thing, guys, about the picture of Jazz, right? Do you guys know the picture of Jazz I'm referring to? Have they retracked the story? So, Mary, it's not there. Yes, so Mary, yes. So the people close to the family have taken their story down, yes. But Google and all these other people are running with it. All right, so if you guys know about Jazz, or if you do not know about Jazz, it was a picture of someone who resembled Amy that was laying on the bed. Yes, Sun, Moon, and Star. Laying on the bed. And it does look very, very much like her. The reason why I don't know if it's her, I mean, it looks like her, yes. The question is, do you think? Yes, it does look like her. But that goes against, if let's say, guys, she was actually trafficked and abducted and kidnapped, why would they put that out there and then send it to the family? That usually doesn't happen. Like you wouldn't typically do that. You wouldn't want to put yourself out there and do that. So like that's the one thing that makes me like kind of wary of why that would be her. What's up, Sarah? How you doing? Haven't talked to you in a bit. Hopefully you're doing well. So that's the only thing. Does it look like her? Yes, in my opinion, yes, it does look like her. Is it her? I don't know. And the big question in my brain and my squash is, if it is her, why, after all the attention that was being created, why would someone just send it out? And why would they try to like pretty much get themselves caught? So that's the only thing I just can't, just can't get it. Just can't get it. I don't know. And it came, Dave, from that actual escort site. Yes. So yes, it could have been anybody, but someone that actually has like access to that escort site would be the one who would have to send it. So does the family think it's her? What's up, Tabby? According to Iva, she feels very strongly that it is her. I think Brad mentioned in a recent live, he feels very strongly that it is her, but obviously they're not 100%. They're not able to do DNA analysis to prove it if it is her or not. Eric, I believe she's still alive. It's just something I have in my gut. I couldn't tell you why I believe she's alive. It's just a gut feeling, or how she's still alive. I don't know, but something tells me she is still alive. She could still be on the island, yes. So, Carrie, there are some updates. I want to go into it. So, guys, real quick. I know there's a lot of you on here. There's 1,100 of you on this Sunday morning. I know not all 1,100 of you are following. So one big thing I want you all to know, all my OG followers know, I speak with the family specifically. I'm not the only one. There's other creators that do. Before I put any information out there, I double check with the family, with the Bradley family, with their close friends, Sandy Ann and them. Hey, is this valid? Can I put this out? Right now, the biggest update is that everyone's talking about this Senorita kidnapped woman came forward and started talking. According to the family that I just spoke to before I got on this live, no, it is not true. It is not valid. This Senorita kidnapped person is not talking to the family at all. They're not talking to the family. They're not talking to the investigators. So all the things that you're seeing out there on Google and other creators are putting on out there, they said, we know nothing about this. Nobody is talking to us. Nobody is telling us anything. So Sandy's exact words were, I don't know who this female is, or even she even exists, but she's not talking to us or our investigators. So we don't know who this person is, but nobody's contacted us. So right off the bat, I just want to make sure that we put that out there. Now, if we do find out that this woman does exist, okay, if this woman does exist and she did come forward, the Senorita kidnapped woman, then she should be talking to the Bradley family, and she's not, but we don't know that. According to the family, right before I got onto this live, they absolutely know nothing about it. It was an accident on their part. The family mentioned, Sandy Ann specifically said, we put a story out there because we didn't fact check it. We didn't triple and quadruple check it. We didn't fact check, like I said, and we put a story out there and people started running with it, and it has recently been retracted. That story has now gone away, and they said, my bad, essentially. So then somebody else ran with it, and now it's everywhere. So that's what you guys are seeing right now. Okay, you guys are seeing that information, but there is no new update on Amy. The Senorita kidnapped, from what we understand, did not come forward. She's not speaking to the family investigators. Nothing at all. Nothing at all. The other thing is, as Courtney said about like 11 times on this live, the biggest update that we have right now is that what I put out a few days ago, and obviously other creators have put out now as well, is the fact that Kirk Detweiler was the one that told the the ship video editor to delete the footage, the camera footage. Now, here's the thing, guys, and I promise I'm going to start answering some questions after I make this next statement. I've said this before, but I want to make sure I say it again. So, Sun, Moon, and Star, I'll get to that 1 minute. So I don't know why the footage was deleted. It's one of two ways. This is how my critical mind and kind of even keel mind works. Either A, there was something bad on there. Hey, Lori, there was something bad on there and they wanted it deleted. Or B, he didn't even know what the hell was on there. But he was just like, dude, I don't know what's on there. I don't even care. Just get rid of it. Just delete it. Just delete it. Just delete it. So we don't know exactly what it was. Can he be charged? In my professional opinion, no, I don't believe he can be charged because there's no crime that has been committed even to this day. So he didn't technically do anything wrong. If he chooses to delete footage before investigators get there, it's he said, she said. So I don't believe he's going to be charged with anything like that. And Casey, the footage I'm talking about is the footage of the ship, like the highlight reels. Remember Chris Fenwick had a highlight reel? Well, Steve Smith had a highlight reel as well, and he was told to delete it all. So anyways, I want to make sure I answer a bunch of questions. So what do I think happened to Amy? I believe she got off the ship. How did she get off the ship? I don't know. She either walked off the ship on her own. She was trusting someone and got off the ship. I don't know. But I do not believe she went overboard. I believe she got off the ship, and I don't know how she did it. Neil, they have done an age progression. Yes, what's up, Jerry Lynn? They have done an age progression a couple of different times, but it's been a little bit. It's been a little bit since we've seen a new one or an up-to-date one. Danielle, yeah, maybe she was thrown. We don't know. We have absolutely no idea. What's up, Joanna? Oh, okay. We got the first mute. Boom, mute and block. Goodbye. I believe he was part of it, and that's why he won the video. I mean, that's fine, Classy. That's your opinion. I respect it. Yeah, guys, a lot of people talking about babies. Guys, I don't know if she had a baby. I don't know if she had a kid. I have no idea. This isn't about now. We're talking about back then. I don't know about her having a kid. So, guys, did you guys all hear the update that I gave you? Yes or no? Did you guys, because there's 1,000 of you right now. Have you guys all heard the update that I gave you? Give me like yes or no's, guys, real quick. I just want to make sure because all right, there's a bunch of no's. So let me go back into the update one more time because I know there's a lot of no's. So real quick, the biggest update that we have up to date, up in the last 24 hours, is that a lot of people keep saying, hey, that Senorita Kidnap woman came forward. No, she did not. She did not come forward, okay? You're seeing it on Google. Netflix is talking about it. No, she didn't come forward. What happened was people that were close to the family and the investigating team looked into something, ended up being AI generated that we didn't know at the time, and someone on the team put it out there. When they put it out there, people ran with it. Once they realized it was AI generated, they retracted it. But at that point, as you guys know, once it goes out there, it spreads like wildfire. Now, everyone's saying, oh, Senorita Kidnap, that woman came forward, she's talking. Guys, no, she's not. No one has seen or heard from her in 27 years. She's not coming forward. There's also articles out there saying the family investigators have 3 new leads. No, they do not. Aside from Kirk Detweiler being the one to tell Steve Smith that they deleted footage, that he was told to delete footage, there is no new information there. There's also another Google article out there regarding Netflix investigators and that Senorita Kidnap woman is speaking to the Bradley family's investigators. No, she's not. No, she's not. They're like, no one's spoken to us. To the point where I literally had a conversation with Sandy Ann prior to coming onto this live. So at the end of the day, guys, that is the update. The Senorita Kidnap girl has not come forward. Not come forward. Could it be possible if the 2 guys behind the Netflix, we don't know. We don't know if it's people at Netflix. We have no idea. We don't know. Netflix could be doing things behind closed doors. We don't know. All I'm saying right now is there is no new update with Amy. The Senorita Kidnap woman did not come forward. The Senorita Kidnap lady did not speak to the investigators. The Senorita Kidnap woman did not speak to the family. Nothing at all. So if you guys are seeing that out there right now, just understand that it's not valid. It's not true. Until they can confirm it right now, guys, it is not true. And absolutely, guys, we don't know what happened. We might never know. Crime Talk, my girl. Did not speak to the family or their investigators. Correct, right? So if they're not speaking to the family, they're not speaking to the investigators, but you guys are seeing news articles out there saying that they spoke to investigators, speaking to the Bradley family. It's not true. It's not true. So let's make sure, the guys, that we're always, let's make sure that we're always putting the right information out there and that we're following the right information. You're very valid point, Crime Talk. Doesn't mean they didn't speak to real investigators, 125%. What I'm referring to specifically here is that the articles are saying that the Senorita Kidnap woman spoke directly to the Bradley family and their investigators. But that's not true. They haven't spoken to them. So right now, that's the new update. Amy's been missing for 27 years. So far. 27 years. So it's been a lot. There's a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff going on out there. Crime Talk. You always got me. You always keep me on my toes, but I like that. And you always do it respectfully, so I love that about you. All right, guys, so let me answer a bunch of questions. What do you guys got? What questions you guys have? I want to make sure I answer them. Do you believe FBI even talking to the family? The FBI is not speaking to the family so much. Appreciate your Crime Talk. CTT. The FBI is not speaking to the family completely. They didn't do very much up till about a year ago. They started doing a little bit more, but they're not talking like daily with them. That's why they went to Washington, D.C. to get more information. She can't possibly be alive all the time or someone will come forward. Jade, it's possible. Yeah, we don't know. I just have a gut feeling she's still alive, but what you're saying is very valid. She could maybe not be alive anymore. Courtney, really? Are you really commenting on two different platforms? You're confusing me. Do you believe Amy is in the States and why? Neil, if I do believe if Amy is still with us, she's in the States. And the reason why I say that is because she would fit in. I don't know if she would still have the accent at this point, but I think she would still fit in down in the South. So that's why I believe she'd be hiding in plain sight, so to speak. But again, I could be wrong. It's just my gut feeling. Any new podcast coming out? Yep, every Monday, Gita Girl, a new podcast comes out every single Monday. Let me scroll up. Are you related to her? No, I am not related to her. What do I think happened? I believe she got off the ship somehow, some way. Whether she was thrown overboard or whether she walked off, I don't know. But I do not believe she was on that ship for very long. I believe she was off the ship at some stage of the game. How she got there, I didn't know. I really feel that there would be at least a sighting within 27 years. That's the problem. Liz, is like in 27 years, we don't have any real like legitimate sightings. Every time we think we have one, they're like, no, that's not real, or that didn't happen. That's why we have to go back to the drawing board and just keep it simple. Just keep it simple, guys. I couldn't tell you the last real sighting that they believed was her, aside from that photo of Jazz. But the thing about the photo of Jazz is, like I said at the very beginning of this live, sup, Butter the Pibble, I said this, guys, at the very beginning of the live. If it was her, if that was Jazz, if Jazz is Amy or vice versa, why would they send that to the family and be like, we have her? Like, would it be a power move? Yes. But like, you would almost get yourself in trouble. Like, you'd risk getting yourself in trouble. I don't know. I'm not 100% sold that is Amy. So why do you think she hasn't come forward herself? I think a lot of people forget. I think a lot of people, it doesn't make sense, CTT, right? I think the people forget that the reason, if she is still alive, guys, if she is, people have to forget the manipulation, the brainwashing, the Stockholm syndrome. That stuff is real. She doesn't know who she used to be at this point, right? If you go to talk to her in 2025 and say, hey, Amy Bradley, she can be like, huh? She's not going to remember it, guys. And that's real life. Stockholm syndrome is real stuff. The manipulation, the gaslighting, the brainwashing, the abuse, it's not fake, guys. That's real stuff. You know? What do you think she is if she's alive, or where do they think? So they don't know where she is. My personal opinion, I think she's somewhere in the States. And the reason why I keep saying that is because I feel like she's hiding in plain sight. But when I say hiding, I don't mean she's like hiding from being caught. I just mean she's in plain sight where nobody's looking. Again, just my opinion. I could be way wrong. She was old enough to remember her old life, though. No, Jade, it doesn't matter how old you are. Stockholm syndrome is so real. She could be 60 years old and completely forget about how life was prior to being a victim of Stockholm syndrome. So it doesn't matter how old she was. She went missing at 23 years old, I want to say. I think it was 23. I think it was 23 years old she went missing. So there's no time limit there. You add in Ruggs and the Stockholm syndrome, it's very, very easy to forget what happened prior. 100%. Good morning, Michelle. I don't think they've tried psychics. Psychics, give and speak. Absolutely, Brianna. It absolutely codes the brain. You're not kidding. Why can't law enforcement collaborate with Curacao government to check the IP address of people who stay on the site? So Lazy Days, good question. The reason why they can't do that, Sorry, I just want to pin this comment. I always like CTT. So the reason why they can't collaborate with the Curacao government is because they need proof that a crime has been committed. Curaçao's not going to put money and finances and resources into finding someone or something if they don't believe that a crime has been committed. Number two, it costs a lot of money to do that. So that's why they're teaming up, doing things kind of on their own as siloed and separate entities until they can find some answers. Hopefully that answers you, man. All right, isn't the Hollywood Reporter a legit media company? It's so weird they reported that. So yes, they are a legitimate media company. I took a screenshot of it as well. But yes, they are a legitimate media company. But I believe that when it was put out there, and CTT, I don't know if you were on at this time, when it was put out there, it was actually put out there by some of the people close to the Bradley family, so it came off as credible and legit. But then they retracted it several hours later because they realized that it was AI generated and they had to get rid of it. But as you know, you put something out there, it runs like wildfire. And at that point, the reporting, not reporting companies, what they called, like, the reporters, they got it and it was already in process and they ran with it. It's tough to say, but yes, it's the fact that the information was out there by the Bradley family, came off credible, and they ran with it. Hopefully that answers the question. What does her family think might have happened to her? That's a good question. So from what we understand, and when I say we, I mean me, what the family believes happened to her was that she was somehow taken. You're welcome, CTT. She was somehow taken. Now, I don't, here's the thing, guys. Contrary to popular belief, do you guys want to know the contrary opinion on my side here? Because I think you guys know, if you guys have been following me and following the case, you know who the family believes is responsible and at fault. But you guys want to hear the contrary side of how I feel about it? I know some people are going to love this and some people are going to be like, what? Here it is. It's not yellow. Everyone keeps saying yellow. Guys, it's not yellow, okay? It's not yellow. The guy was dancing with her. That doesn't make him a suspect. It doesn't. It doesn't make him a suspect. I've danced with people. Does that mean I'm a suspect? No. I'm just dancing. I'm just, that doesn't make me a suspect. You're just dancing. And guys, we don't have anything after them dancing together. We have nothing. Nothing. There's nothing after them dancing together. We don't have anything from that moment. Nothing. So that's how I look at it. It's not me saying that maybe he doesn't know some stuff. He might know some stuff, but that doesn't make him guilty. And I think that's what people have to remember. It doesn't make him guilty. And now let's talk about the two witnesses. What's up, Petra? I know a lot of people, you gotta like the movie, right? Now, I know a lot of people talking about Lori and Crystal, the two college girls. I get it. Here's my thing. I haven't heard from them. I haven't heard from Lori. I haven't heard from Crystal. From what I understand, both of them don't have TikTok anymore. They've kind of backed away from TikTok. They've backed away from the limelight, from the spotlight, whatever the word is. They've backed away. I'm good, Petra. Thank you. So for me, if we remove those two college girls, and guys, I'm not saying, we don't have any witnesses here, but what I'm saying, those are the two witnesses that a lot of people are saying yellow is responsible based off those two witnesses. But if they're not speaking and coming forward, then we don't have them. Then in which case, we don't have witnesses. And in which case, yellow's not the guy, at least not right now. So that's where I'm at. And I'm not saying anyone's lying here. I'm just saying, we need more information. And we don't have it. We don't have it. There was a question I wanted. His daughter even was suspicious of yellow, and she found a bunch of women's pictures. So Bubbles, let me ask you a question. So let me ask actually all of you guys a question. Bubbles, thank you for that. Let me ask you guys a question. Yellow's daughter, her name is Amika, and she's great. She's great. We've had her on a couple of lives. She's great. Let me ask you guys a question. Was Amika alive when all this happened? Guys, give me a yes or no. Morning, Lisa. Was Amika Douglas alive when all this stuff happened? Guys, tell me yes or no. Correct. The answer is no. So where is her information coming from? It's coming from what she's seen, read, heard, which is hearsay. It's all hearsay. Because she didn't hear it or see it herself. It's hearsay. So again, guys, I'm not dismissing it. I'm not saying this person's guilty, that person's guilty. What I'm saying is those are all hearsay statements. She might feel a certain way about her dad, and she can feel however she wants. but she wasn't even alive when this happened. So she's basing her emotions and her feelings about her dad based off what she's hearing and what she's seeing and what she's reading. Do you guys think that's valid? Does anyone think what I just said is like completely valid? Or am I like losing my mind? Tell me what you think. Because I think critically, but like that technically in my opinion like is a valid statement to make. What do you guys think? Yeah, and guys, I'm not saying this one's guilty, that one's guilty. I'm not doing it. But what I'm saying is we got to hear from the witnesses, guys. We have to. We have to hear from the witnesses. And we don't have any witnesses to talk to. None. And that's the biggest problem. The absolute biggest problem. Okay? I'm not saying Crystal and Lori lied, but we haven't heard from them. You know what I mean? Like, we haven't heard from them. So it's hard for us to say, okay, so who was the last two people to see yellow with Amy? Crystal and Lori. Okay, can we speak with them? They don't want to talk to anybody. You know, so it's like, okay, then if they don't want to speak, then we remove them. Then we no longer have witnesses seeing yellow with Amy. So now what? Now what? So again, guys, I'm not saying anyone's lying here, but I'm just saying like we got to look at the facts, and those are the facts that we have right now. Brandy said she was depressed about our relationship ending and she jumped. So Brandy, I don't know if you saw the documentary, but she was in contact with her ex, Molly. And Molly and her agreed to get together when they got back, and she was actually bought some stuff and memorabilia and souvenirs for her. So she seemed very happy and excited to get back to land so that she could continue her relationship. So I don't think she was unhappy about that and then jumped. Maybe she jumped. I don't know, guys. I wasn't there. I was 11. No, I wasn't. I was 10. So I just don't think she was trafficked. Maybe accidentally fell. Yeah, Brandy, why? Maybe she was trafficked. Maybe she fell. We don't know. We honestly, truly don't know. Was I hiding in the closet? Brianna, what are you talking about? But I thought she had a boyfriend at the time that went back with the family. So Casey, so according to Brad, yes, she had a boyfriend at the time. His name is Tom. At the time, we haven't spoken to Tom or heard from Tom, but according to the family, yes, Tom was her boyfriend at the time. I'm just reiterating what I was told, guys. I'm not saying that was her boyfriend 100%. You guys need to believe it. No, I'm just giving you the information I was told, that his name is Tom and they were dating up to that point. And yes, he did go back with them to Curacao. Yes. You said I wasn't there. I said, are you hiding in the closet? Brianna, I still don't get it. I still don't get it. Let me see. People should really watch the series and then listen. Yeah, I mean, I get it. And here's the other thing, guys, about documentaries. They don't give you everything. They don't give you everything. You know, they only give you certain snippets. One thing I will say is this. Do you guys know how many parts there was in the Netflix documentary? How many parts were there in the Netflix documentary Amy Bradley is missing? Oh, I'm sorry, the disappearance. No, Amy Bradley is missing. How many parts were there? There was 3. There's 3 parts. So the point is that they all were interviewed for like 10 plus hours a piece, but they used like 8 or 9 minutes of them each. So the point that I'm making is they don't air the whole thing. Apparently Tom, which was the boyfriend, was interviewed for like 5 hours, I think they said, and they didn't even use a second of it. It's like he didn't exist. Why? I don't know. I'm not trying to get into that conversation why they didn't use it, but they never did. If she jumped, it would have been when the ship was moving. I agree. Another thing, guys, the ship was docked at that time. I've spoken to a couple of passengers that were on the same ship as Amy Bradley, and they confirmed at that time they were literally stopped. They were stagnant. They were not moving. So if she jumped over, somebody would have seen or heard her, unless it happened before, but that's all we know. There are times I don't even use immediate family. It happens. Wait, what? There are times that don't even use immediate. I think I know what you're trying to say, CTT. I think you're saying there's certain things that they don't use in the documentaries. I think that's what you're saying. What about the picture that showed up of a woman at a club in Singapore or somewhere? Yeah, that's the girl singing. Her name was actually Amy as well, and she passed away 7 months ago. It's the one, if you talk about the girl singing karaoke in Barbados, she passed away like 7 months ago. So, someone filmed with me and he wasn't showing the show. There you go. See? That's what I mean, guys. Like, I don't know what's behind Netflix when they film, when they air stuff, what they choose, what they don't choose to film. You know, I'm not part of that, but I can tell you that they don't film everything. You know, they don't. And that's the way it is. Like, they have a certain budget for a certain amount of time, and that's it. See? Mama Heather, you said you filmed for 12 hours. Even use me. Stormy C, I appreciate you, man. Yes, Amy was sending postcards of see you on Saturday. Correct. Like I said, she was buying souvenirs, memorabilia, speaking with them. I don't believe she was upset about her relationship ending. I believe she was very excited to get back. I believe she was very excited to get back out there and see Molly. So I don't believe she jumped because she was upset about her relationship. I just don't. Do you think any of the sightings mentioned in the documentary are legitimate? Personally, no. I don't think any of the sightings that were mentioned in the documentary are legitimate. That's just my opinion. I could be way wrong. You guys should know me by now. I haven't been wrong about pretty much anything yet so far. Nothing yet. I try to quadruple check things before I do. And if I am wrong, I always admit it. But I don't believe any sightings are credible, unfortunately. Mama Heather, can you send it to me? Message it to me so I know what you're talking about. Why do I think the sightings are not legit? I don't think the sightings are legit because every single one. Well, that's a good question. Let me do it. Do you guys want to know why I don't really believe any of the sightings? By yes or no. And I want to make sure. Some of my OGs are in here too. CTT, you're one of my OGs. That's how I feel about you. You know that. So you guys want to hear. So here's the thing. Other than the Navy guy, which is William Hefner, I don't believe any of the sightings, and here's why. I want to keep it very, very simple. The scuba diver. There was 2 scuba divers. Only one saw her. Okay, cool. No problem. Judy, I think it's Judy or Judy, whatever. The woman from Barbados who saw her in the bathroom. And she was whisked away arm in arm by 2 men. None of them called authorities to say, hey, a woman is being held against her will here. Completely held against her will. Like, we need to do something about that. Even maybe make an anonymous tip. Nobody called anybody for well over a year. Why did you wait a year to say anything? It doesn't make sense. When the scuba diver said something, well, how come the other one didn't say anything? You guys were right there on the beach cleaning off your stuff after scuba diving. Why didn't you do it? Okay? And the other thing about Judy, someone just said it, live and let live. She goes, even my husband saw it. And whether she said, whether the husband said, don't say anything, kind of keep your mouth shut, whatever. I'm getting to it now, CTT. So, like, even the husband saw it and didn't say anything. Why not come back to the States and be like, hey, look, now that we're back in the U.S., I want to say when I was in Barbados on this day around this time, this is what I saw. And I don't know what you guys want to do with it, but I wanted to let you know. And then move on. But nobody ever said anything. And Sassy Girl, they don't even need to know that it was Amy or not. It's a female. It's a female, guys. Come on, there's a lot of females on here. It's a female that's being held against her will. I don't care if it's Amy. And no disrespect, I don't care if the woman was missing or not. It's a female being held against her will. And no one's making a phone call. No one's making an anonymous tip. No one's sending an email. No one's doing nothing. Come on. It doesn't matter if it's Amy, guys. It's the fact that they're not doing anything about it. That's the problem I have. So that's why I have a hard time believing them. Now, the one that I do believe, and Sassy Girl, that was nothing against you, believe it or not. I want to be very clear, it was nothing against you. The one I do believe is William Hefner. I believe William Hefner. I believe he left out some stuff, but I believe William Hefner. William Hefner was the Navy officer, the petty officer from the Navy that went to the brothel in, was it Barbados? Curacao? I think it was in Curacao. And went there and saw someone that resembled Amy. Now, here's why I believe him. He made a comment about something that really makes me think. He said, is it Curacao? Okay, Curacao. So he said this. He goes, I remembered her big green eyes, or I remembered her eyes. Let me ask you guys a question. And any guys on here, men on here, you probably shouldn't answer this question. Have you guys ever been to a brothel or a bar or a strip club? It's not very well lit. It's very dark in there. It's very dim. Do you see the picture behind me of Amy Bradley? What color do her eyes look? In my opinion, her eyes look brown. They look dark. And this is a pretty well lit picture back here behind my head. They look dark eyes, right? Brown eyes, right? They look dark. For him to know that her eyes are green tells me or leads me to believe you probably purchased her. If it is Amy, you probably purchased her because you'd have to be up close and personal like this to see her actual eye color. That's the only way that leads me to believe that he actually saw her. That's the reason why I believe him out of all the other ones, is because the only way he would know about those green eyes would be up close and personal. That's it. It'd be up close and personal. That's it. That's how it is. So that's how I look at it, and that's why I believe that William Hefner is the one that I believe the most. Do you think he knows more if he did? Yes, Tarolyn, I believe he knows more, but he can't say anything else. So if you guys don't know this, guys, the way it works in the military is if you get in trouble, you do something ethically wrong. Hey, Christy, you do something ethically wrong, you can actually lose your pension. You can actually be demoted through your rank. He didn't have a rank. He was a petty officer at the time, but he didn't want to lose that rank. When you lose rank, you lose the amount of money you're going to make on your pension when you retire. Also, if you guys didn't know this, you can still lose your pension after you've retired. Okay, you can. You can still lose your pension after your time. So at this point, if he says, yes, I engaged in that activity, they can actually strip him of his pension. They can. They can strip him of his pension. So that is why he can't say anything else. That's why he can't say anything more, is because they can technically still strip you from that pension. Whew, I need some water. And of course, the water I have here is freaking empty. How do you know her actual eye color? According to the family and everything, the eyes were green. And there's also some other picture where you can see her eyes are green. Sightings in California? No. I don't believe there's sightings in California. Purchase her like the movie Taken. Miss Liz, purchased her meaning like for adult services. The best way I can say it. For adult services. This is TikTok. I can't say all of it, but for adult services. What's up, Paisan? How you doing? So guys, real quick, I've been live for about 35 minutes. I've barely taken a breath. Quick pulse check here, guys. If you guys are liking what's going on, you guys liking this conversation, I always try to answer as many people as I absolutely can. Please say hi right now. Tiara, I'm engaging with as many people as I can, but as you can see, there's 800 of you, and not a lot of people have 800 on their lives. It's hard for me to answer all of you, but I'm doing my absolute best to answer you guys. I do apologize if I can't answer all of you, but I'm trying my absolute best. It's just me. So I do appreciate the patience, guys. And if you guys haven't followed yet, there's 800 of you. 800. I know not all you guys are following me right now. Out of 812, I know not 812 are following me. It's at least 60% that are following me. So if you're not following, follow right now. I greatly, greatly appreciate you guys. Thank you. So guys, let's do a Q&A. Let's do a Q&A. Let's do the best job I can. What do you guys have for questions? And if you haven't asked a question, ask now. And I appreciate all the gifts you guys are sending me, the new followers. I do appreciate you guys. You guys means a lot. Brian, I don't know how she got off the ship. I believe she got off the ship. I don't believe she was still on it. How she got off, it's hard for me to answer that because I don't know. Hey, from Hawaii. Have there been supposed sightings in California? Yes, there have, but they've been deemed not credible per the family. Does the FBI pull in the military to give like immunity if he speaks on it or not? Adriana, yes, if they can get answers for Amy and find Amy alive and well, yes, he would be immune and his pension won't be touched. Yes, they do offer those options. Yep. She would be 51 years old now. Her birthday was in this past May. Spatten, what makes me an expert in this? I am by far an expert in this. Absolutely by far. This is me and my brain process, prior experience, just involved with true crime. That's where my information comes from. I speak directly with the family, but I'm also not the only one who does. There's other creators who do. I'm just the type of guy that likes to talk with them before I say anything. That's just who I am. Truth be told, it's who I am. What is your theory of what happened? Her name, this is Amy Bradley, Tamara. My theory of what happened, she got off the ship somehow. How? I don't know how she got off the ship, but I don't believe she was on the ship. I believe she was taken off the ship at some point, whether she walked off, whether she was pulled off, whether she trusted somebody. That's all I know. Kyla, I have seen some Candace Starr's videos. She's very good. Jessica Lowe, do I believe she has kids now? I do not. I do not believe she has kids now. If she did have kids, I would say that would create a bloodline. That would create DNA evidence and DNA line of red tape. So I don't believe it. I don't believe she has kids. But that's just my opinion. You could be right. If people think she has kids, like, what's up, Donna? But I just don't. Stormy C, correct. You're valid. It's a valid statement you just made. Do you think it's possible these witnesses have been told to stop talking? Yes and no. I don't think at this point they were told to stop talking by anyone nefarious, because they wouldn't be told not to talk. They would just be removed. They wouldn't be given a warning, especially not nowadays, but it's possible. Brian Stepnowski, what about the bassist player? You talking about Yellow? I don't believe Yellow's the guy. I don't believe Yellow's the guy. I'm sorry. I just don't. The last actual piece of information that we have regarding Yellow is he was dancing with Amy. That's all the last part of proof we have, and that is not a crime. Dancing with somebody is not a crime, and that's the last known bit of evidence that we can prove because it was on camera. Everything else is hearsay and speculation, so I don't believe he's the guy. Tiara, what are your thoughts on the woman on the beach in Barbados who said her and her husband saw her? On the beach in Barbados, the only ones on the beach in Barbados that saw Amy that was slightly credible was not William Hefner, David Carmichael, which was a scuba diver. So I don't know about the man and woman that saw her. If you know, that's great, but the family probably doesn't even know, because I would have known about it by now. I was going to say, do you mean the one in the bathroom, Tiara? Last update from the Bradleys, if any. The last update from the Bradleys, guys, if any, is that the information that you guys are seeing out there, the last guy that saw her out there was... I'm sorry, I'm reading comments, excuse me. The last information that was put out there, thanks Lisa, is not valid. It is not true. They have not found Senorita kidnapped yet, even though there's reports out there saying that the Senorita kidnapped girl came forward and spoke with the family and the investigators. That is not true. It's not valid. That's the most up-to-date information. And Tiara, the man and woman is the one in the restaurant. I don't believe that she saw her. I don't. And if she did, she never made a phone call for at least a year to report anybody, being held against their will, and that's a problem for me. Do you think she fell off the ship accidentally the night she was drinking? Completely possible. Completely possible, Jessica. She absolutely could have fallen off by accident. However, she stood at 5'5", 5'6", and those railings were 46 inches high. I don't think she would have just fallen over by maybe throwing up, or she would have to be like standing on something or throw herself over. It wouldn't be accidentally falling over. It's just that the railing was just too high. What about the photos of her laying in the bed? I don't know if it's her. I think it looks like her. I just don't know if I can get behind illegal people sending these pictures of this woman on the bed to the family, risking that they're going to get caught. I can't get past that yet. They also never found... Yes, they never found anybody in the water. Correct. That's the other thing. And yes, guys, she could swim. But if you fall from like 75 feet up, you're going to hit that water like cement. It will probably incapacitate you for a little bit. So I don't know if she went over. And if she went over, I don't think she would have been able to swim, at least not right away. Very credible because David was able to identify things on and about Amy that weren't public. The only thing David Carmichael was able to identify was the Tasmanian Devil tattoo, and that was made public. That was made public. It was the watch, the Dos Equis watch, but he said she was wearing a watch. Here's the thing about David Carmichael. I don't think he's lying about anything. But the one thing is this. Here's the one thing. He said that she was walking towards him, and when she was walking towards him, the guy who he assumed was yellow whisked her away. Then how did you see the watch? If you were that far away, how would you know it was a Dos Equis watch? You'd have to be, like, you guys know this is an Apple Watch, right? But, like, can anybody... Sorry, that's my dog. This is an Apple Watch, right? I'm only about 1.5 feet away from the phone. You could probably read the time, but that's it. If I back up back here, you guys can't read it. I'm 2.5 feet from the phone. 2.5 feet from the phone. So if he's saying that she walked towards him and then was whisked away, Vito, enough. Lay down. Sorry. To me, I just think she would have to be at least a couple of feet away to see that, and I just don't know. I just don't know. I just don't know if that was her. Do I find the captain strange or involved? No. See, Cindy, now your dog is barking. It's a chain effect. It's a chain reaction. Sandy, if you want, do you want to come on and chat about what we were chatting about? Or are you good? Just because it might sound better coming directly from you, but we don't have to if you don't want to. Okay, cool. All right, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add Sandy into the live real quick. This is what I was talking about the no new update. But I think it sounds a lot better coming directly from her than coming from me. Because she's the one that I'm talking to. So I'm just going to invite her to this. And then when she has an opportunity, she'll hop on and she'll give you guys some information there. All right, Sandy, you are good.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
How are y'all?
Living life one day at a time.
Yeah, yep. I am just joining, so I honestly don't know what you have already said, but was it about
the beginning if you'd like?
Okay. Are we talking about the article? That's what we're talking about, right?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
Just making sure that we're on the same page. So
yes.
After some great investigation on my part, I guess, what I've figured out, and I'm going to own part of this because part of this is our fault. When I say our, I mean the Amy Bradley team. So on 6 or 7 days ago, there was an AI generated video that was put out. Now, the funny thing about the video is that it is for Amy. It is about, being for the Bradley family, but it was a ton of misinformation in there, including that the woman that said, Senorita, can I say the K word? I don't even know. Can you say
I've been saying it and I've been fine.
Okay, I don't even know. I don't want to get you in trouble. But the woman that said Senorita kidnapped had been found and was, saying that Netflix was involved and talking to the FBI. No, that wasn't true. So here's what I'm going to own and say that I think this is where it all spiraled. Someone on our team mistakenly posted that video on our Amy Bradley is Missing Instagram page. So now it seems like it's a credible lead source, right? Because it's coming from an official page. Well, I don't handle that page. So people started messaging me over on Facebook and over on TikTok. And so by the time I found out about it on Saturday morning, of course, it had been shared and
it's wildfire.
It was on fire. So here's the part that was getting even more confusing. People were saying, no, this man from the Hollywood Reporter, his article came out hours before you all posted the video. That's because of a time difference. So if we're posting it at 7:30 here on the East Coast, it was 4:30 there. His article didn't get posted until 5:17, which was 8:17 here. So it was our fault that that video went up and caused this. But now, after the Hollywood Reporter, now People Magazine and other people are running with this article, and you can see how quickly something that was an honest mistake turned into a firestorm. But the short version of all of that is that no, that woman has not been found. No, the FBI is not involved. Ari contacted Iva on Monday just asking if there's been any leads or tips. And you were on this live, so you don't know this yet, Grind, but I sent you all of the screenshots so that you have this in writing in case you want to share it later. But Ari contacted Iva on Monday just checking in, just seeing if there were any leads, and she says no. And the Hollywood Reporter did not contact the family for a statement until 7:58 p.m. on Friday night, which would have been 4:58 p.m. their time. And that's where it all came from. So
got it.
I sent you all the screenshots so that you have it. But that's what's happened. And that's where we're at.
Perfect. Could I ask just one question?
Yep.
It's a question that I know is going to happen the second you hop off, and it's going to be, what if she did come forward and you guys don't know about it yet?
No.
Okay, we're good.
So, no, she would. If as much as I don't have faith in the FBI, if that had happened, they would have contacted. Nobody has contacted the family at all. If that woman had come forward, they would have reached out to say, hey, this has come. That has not happened. The FBI has not contacted the family in any way, shape, or form. No one from Netflix has contacted. You would have contacted the family if this was happening to give them a heads up. Nobody has contacted the family. I spoke with Iva and Brad yesterday and again this morning just to confirm it, because I thought, let me just backtrack and make sure one more time. And they went, no, Sandy, this is not happening. So no, it's not happening.
Yeah.
It's not.
That was the big thing that I want when I came live this morning, was to just go out there and say, guys, she hasn't come forward. Like, I don't know what's being said out there, but she hasn't come forward. Just letting you know, that was the big thing. 'Cause we don't want to go down this rabbit hole that doesn't exist. We're not gonna find answers that way.
Yep, but I think it's fair and honest to say it started when we posted a video on our website. That's what created this. So that was a mistake. It was an honest mistake. This person loves Amy and fights for the Bradleys all the time. It was an honest mistake. They thought the video was okay and it wasn't. That's how it happened.
We're all human. We're gonna make mistakes.
That's right. I do.
But I appreciate you, Sandy. And anything else you want to add before we go?
Nope, I got to go to church. Y'all have a great day.
Perfect. Have a great Sunday. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys. So I was glad that Sandy Ann was able to hop on, just like I told you from the very beginning. My big thing is I want to make sure that like I'm hearing the information directly from Moonstruck Brad. How you doing, man? I haven't seen you in a bit. I get my information directly from them. And again, guys, this is nothing against other creators that are putting stuff out there. I want to be very clear. It was a mistake on the internal team's part, and it happens. It wasn't intentional. But I want to make sure that it's clear that if you guys still see more things going out there saying she came forward, now you guys know. So again, I wanted to make sure that we came live to do that so that the right information is put out there so we can find the answers that we're looking for. That's the big thing. Hey, Kaylee. As I said it when Sandy Ann got off the live, if we go down the wrong rabbit hole, it's going to take us further away from the answers that we're looking for here. So again, I'm glad she was able to hop on, and I was glad she was able to kind of reiterate what I've been talking about for the last 53 minutes. So. Guys, do you have any questions for me right now? I know that was unexpected, which is typically how it is. But I've been pretty good at answering your questions, but I want to make sure I'm answering everybody else. The first thing I want to say is thank you guys for all the gifts you sent me, the cute little cat. Neil, I appreciate you. You guys have been sending me all these things, and I'm terrible at thanking you guys in real time. But I do appreciate you guys doing that. I will give you guys the Kirk deleting the tape information, and I'll give you guys a recap. And Tiara, I guess I'll tell you that. So let me start with this real quick. You know I'm going to do it. I'm pointing up here. What am I going to say? There's 700 of you right now on this Sunday. Not all of you guys are following me out of the 700. It's usually around 60-ish% that are following me, that are listening. So if you're not following now, out of the almost 700 that are in here, follow right this moment. I greatly appreciate your support. Now, quick thing. Other cases I'm covering. I'm still covering Amy Bradley. I'm still covering Maura Murray. I'm still covering Ellen Greenberg. I'm still covering the Karen Reed case. Those are the big ones. There's a couple more that I'm working on as well. But those are the big ones that I'm going public with at this moment. 10-second recap. So no new update is that right now, if you guys Google it or just hop on Google, you guys will see it. Oh my God, Lisa, correct. Ashley Barnett is the other one, and that's terrible because we talk to Seth all the time. So Ashley Barnett is also the other case. The recap on this is, you guys, if you look at Google, you guys would see it that they're saying that the girl that said Senorita kidnapped has come forward. And I've been saying, I went on this live to say, no, that's not true. She has not come forward. It all came into the fact that the family, remember I was saying, guys, if you guys have been listening, I said the family put something out there, or someone close to the family put something out there. They realized it was AI generated. They retracted it, but then it already spread like wildfire. That's what happened. Thanks, Neil. Appreciate you. And that's what happened. So now people are running with that and thinking, oh my God, she came forward. The truth is, no, she didn't. She has not come forward. And then Sandy Ann just came on a minute ago or two and said exactly what, Grind is right. She did not come forward. It was a mistake on our part, and they just kind of ran with it. But my goal is to make sure that we're always putting out the correct and factual information. That's what we're doing. The next update is Kirk Detweiler. Kirk Detweiler was the cruise director on the Royal Caribbean Rhapsody of the Seas cruise liner that Amy Bradley went missing on. We just found out officially just a few days ago, I think it was Thursday, a few days ago, we just found out that he actually told the ship's video editor to delete the photos. I'm sorry, the video footage. Now, I want to tell you this. We don't know what was on the footage. Maybe he knew what was on there, so he said delete it. Or option B, he didn't know what was on those tapes. And he's just saying, look, I don't know what the hell's on there, just get rid of it. I don't even want to know, just get rid of it. Like, we don't know, guys. We don't know what the response is there. Lastly, someone, Mo something, just said, can he be charged or can they go after it, or after him? A crime has not been committed, technically. A crime has not been committed, so they can't just go after him. He wasn't tampering with evidence since a crime has not been committed at the time. And a crime still has not been committed at this moment. So it's really hard to charge somebody or go after somebody with that. Junebug, can you mention that there's hoodies and sweatshirts for sale and they can adopt a... Yes, so if you guys go to Sandy Ann's page, she was just on here a few minutes ago. If you go to her page, you guys can click the link in her bio and you guys will be able to buy an Amy Bradley t-shirt, which goes to support the search and the answers that we're looking for her. So Junebug, there is your plug. Do you guys have any other questions before we hop off? So, Kay, all she said was exactly what I said about the update, about the information going out there. I think Sandy Ann right now is at church. She was on our live a little bit ago and she was going to church. But I'm pretty sure her is like at Sandy Ann, isn't it? Is it just at Sandy Ann? I think it's just at Sandy Ann. Perfect. So the update, Catherine, is that Amy Bradley, when everyone was talking about the information about the Senorita kidnapped girl, came forward. She never came forward. So I know a lot of people are running with it because it was all over the news. She never came forward. And I was glad Sandy Ann had an opportunity to come onto our live for a couple minutes to talk about it because I think a lot of people had those same questions. Tiara, thank you. You're welcome, Adele. So you guys have any final questions before we hop off? My dog is laying on his heating pad right now. Like, I'm telling you, nobody sleeps harder and more undisturbed than something that doesn't pay rent, has no bills, always knows where his next meal is coming from, and gets taken out 5 times a day to use the bathroom. Like, just saying. Peyton, I don't know anything about the Kelly Lane case. I know we all wish we were Vito. All right, so guys, before I head off on this Sunday, I appreciate you guys. If you guys know, again, I want to give you guys a quick update on all the cases that I'm still covering. Amy Bradley, Mara Murray, Ashley Barnett, Karen Reed, Ellen Greenberg, and there's a couple more that I'm working on, okay? When there's new updates, I'm going to keep talking about them the absolute best way I can. But this is the biggest update that we have right now, that the cruise director, Kirk Detweiler, instructed this Steve Smith, which was the video editor of welcome Jocelyn, was the video editor of the Royal Caribbean Rhapsody of the Seas cruise liner, and instructed him to delete the footage. In the documentary and the speculation was that security asked him to delete the footage. It ended up being the cruise director. So appreciate you, Neil, and everything you've done in this live. I appreciate you. Are you working on the one I tagged you about the girl's brother? Beast by Marissa, I'd have to look at the tag. But other than that, guys, I want you guys to enjoy your Sunday. Before we hop up, I'm going to do it one last final time. Yes, it was IESAT. Yeah, I saw that. If you haven't followed yet, there's 507 of you. If you guys haven't followed yet on this Sunday, follow right now so I can thank you guys. All the gifts that you guys keep sending, the comments, guys, for like 98% of the comments were positive and classy and respectful. I like that. We're always going to get some randos, but that is what it is. But I appreciate all the followers. I appreciate the conversation and everyone that kept sending gifts and stuff like that to me, all the cute little things that you guys send. I greatly, greatly appreciate it. Sandy K, I believe she's still alive. That's just a, Marissa, I know that. It's just a gut feeling, but I couldn't give you, thanks Adele, I couldn't give you a straight answer as to why I believe she's alive. It's just a gut feeling. I will end, Brad, go ahead. Jenny Lynn, can you look at Brad Moonstruck? Can you let him ask one last question and just pin it? One thing I'll say before I hop off, anyone here who's law enforcement knows that over 90% of cases get solved based on a gut feeling, right? Based on a gut feeling, not saying that the gut feeling, doesn't deserve to have evidence to support the claim. No, but it's always based on a gut feeling. My gut feeling is she's still alive. Do I have answers behind that? No, it's just a gut feeling. Mama Loves Coffee, I will not be live later. I will be live tomorrow. I'm trying to do weekend stuff. I just kind of want to, be with the family and be home and stuff like that. I went live this morning just because the wife was busy, and the new information that's being put out there, I'm trying to, put the right information out there. So I went live this morning. But I will be live tomorrow. Take a look at my story in the next, I would say, 30 minutes. And you guys will see it. You'll see when I'm live. All right, Brad Moonstruck, snap out of it. If you guys know the movie Moonstruck, you'll know what that means. What's stopping the video editor for saying what he deleted? Good question. We don't know what he deleted. I will say, appreciate all you guys. I will say that most of the time when they're recording stuff, they're not really looking into the camcorder. Remember, these were old school camcorders at the time. So Brad, he's not like staring through the camcorder. He's just kind of like looking around, doing this, and just kind of like panning the room while he's looking around. He probably didn't even have time to go through the details of the footage. But I will say that, that's a great question. And I do think that's something I can ask and see if I can get more information for you, Brad, because that's a good question. If he knows anything specifically that was on that footage that he saw or that he didn't see. But that's a really, really, really good question. And I'm glad you asked it, Brad. So I will do that. So guys, enjoy the rest of your Sunday. I appreciate you guys. Take a look at the stories. You guys will see what's going on. I appreciate every single one of you, the followers, the gifts, the comments. You guys mean everything. I'm nothing without you guys. So thank you guys so much. Fizzy Evans, happy birthday to you. Hope you enjoy that Sunday. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Bye.